From the Alvin and Rosalie Sarachek studio, PBS Kansas presents Positively Kansas.
It's time for Positively Kansas. Coming up, the heart of Turner's Corner. We journey back to a time when a vibrant Wichita drugstore served as a sanctuary and gathering place for the city's black community during segregation. Also, beating the Kansas heat, we dive poolside into Cheney's brand new $2.4 million aquatic center as it transforms summer fun in Sedgwick County. Plus, from England to America with a smile, we meet a Kansas author who reveals how Cockney wit and a good sense of humor helped her perfectly assimilate into the heartland. And drama at the water hole. Mike Blair takes us into the Kansas Wild Edge to witness a seldom seen frenzy as a drying pool creates a survival showdown. I'm Sierra Scott. Join us for a half hour of information and inspiration right now on Positively Kansas. For decades, a small drugstore at 9th and Cleveland in Wichita was more than just a place to fill prescriptions. Turner's Corner Drug served as a gathering place for the city's black community during the years of segregation. A soda fountain, lunch counter, and neighborhood meeting spot all in one. Now a new illustrated booklet is helping bring those memories back to life. Senior producer Chris Frank takes us back to a time when Turner's Corner was the heart of a thriving black business district.
Today, the corner is quiet. But for those who grew up here, Turner's Corner Drug was the place where a community came together.
I have one of the few photographs of Turner Drug. This would have been from probably 1985, maybe.
Steve Woodman is a retired Wichita High School history teacher. Back in the 1980s, he saw local neighborhoods fading. So he tried to save as much history as he could.
Well, I was teaching high school, and I decided to kind of document small corner markets, little drugstores, drive-in movie theaters, soda fountains, all that was going to go away.
And that's when he met Robert Turner, owner of Turner Corner Drug. The pharmacy once stood in this building at 9th and Cleveland. The pharmacist was simply known as Doc by customers and friends.
And he was so much more than just a druggist filling prescriptions. I mean, he loaned people money, gave them credit, cashed their paychecks.
For 30 years, 1960 to 1990, Turner's Corner Drug was part of the fabric of Wichita's black business district.
Go to 9th and Cleveland.
Former customers, now senior citizens, remember coming in their youth to Turner's and the Dunbar Theater next door.
Going down to 9th and Cleveland was going down to the Dunbar Theater on a Saturday afternoon, probably paying a quarter to 50 cents to get in, and spending most of the day there trying to get the candy that would last the longest during the movie. And I think during that time, I thought it was Milk Duds.
Across the street was Dunbar Elementary School. Students often crossed 9th Street to get to Turner Drug.
When you were at school, sometimes if you had enough time, at lunchtime you could go over there to get the coney or the cherry limeade, which was what he was known for.
I was always a kind of a storyteller as a classroom teacher.
Recently, Woodman set out to capture those memories in an illustrated booklet. In a storytelling style reminiscent of Charles Dickens, the Wichita historian imagines returning to the neighborhood on a long past Christmas Eve, walking once again into Turner's Corner Drug as it might have appeared decades ago.
Yeah, I always loved Dickens. One of my favorite stories is A Christmas Carol, you know. New Year's Eve, 1961, and Jingle Bell Rock was on the jukebox that he used to have in there, and that was a new song then.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Woodman managed to illustrate not just Turner's Drug, but images from the neighborhood, including building murals and a visit by Santa to the former Phyllis Wheatley Children's Home nearby. The home cared for as many as 60 orphaned children from troubled backgrounds in a family-style environment. It closed in 1980. The booklet is a reminder to those who live or used to live in the neighborhood what a respected man Doc Turner was, shown here in a rare photo from a newspaper article. Turner brought his family to Wichita during segregation. The family dealt with all sorts of segregational issues of the day. For one, Turner had to get a private loan to purchase the pharmacy because banks weren't lending to blacks. Through it all, Turner encouraged others to pursue their dreams no matter the obstacles.
So he was always encouraging to go beyond what you would normally see everyone else is doing. Pursue your dreams, to do what you can do, and that is one of the ways is to go into business, which requires you to have a lot of faith in yourself, have faith in what you're doing, and to trust that you can make it successful.
Before the 1958 Dockham sit-in, blacks weren't able to sit at downtown lunch counters. So coming to Turner's was a special treat.
So we didn't have a place where we could sit down in Ark City. And so it was just exciting to come in there and see other black people.
Charles McAfee recalls when the San Francisco Dons basketball team came to play Wichita University. McAfee says he took some of the Dons players to 9th and Cleveland to visit this drugstore's lunch counter for ice cream.
There are 3 black guys who came to Turner Drug. Like the word said, go to Turner's. And we're all standing there talking. They're fraternity brothers of mine. And little kids came in the door and looked up and saw Bill Russell. Looked at us, oh, and ran out the door. And about 5 minutes later, they came running back in the door, showing us, see, look, Wilt Chamberlain. Well, Bill Russell almost had a heart attack. So those are some of the kind of stories and things. But I guarantee everybody that banana split was out of sight.
McAfee also remembers Shaddad's grocery store, which sat across the street from what was once Salome's Drug, the store that later became Turner's Corner Drug. He says there was a shoe shop, barber shop, gift shop, restaurant, and more in the black business district.
So Wichita, 9th and Cleveland, that was where it was. And for many, many years, that was our major district.
There is little left but the memories of earlier generations. And because so much is gone, these members of the Emerson McAdams Historic Association are hoping to preserve what they can, starting with La Overture School. The Wichita School District has plans to close La Overture School at the end of the 2026-2027 school year.
As we look at what we're trying to do right now and looking at one of the last black schools that we had, La Overture, preserving that memory, preserving that history, putting opportunities in there that uplift our community and putting opportunities and education into that building.
It is history, she says, that needs preserved so younger generations can learn from it. Members here have already seen so much of the past fade away, including the former neighborhood YMCA where games could be played indoors. Even Doc Turner had his own limitations, faced with neighborhood crime.
When he went out of business in 1990, having had an armed robbery, he just decided that's enough.
That was the second armed robbery at Turner's Corner Drug within 2 months. Doc Turner, frustrated with the changes in the neighborhood, closed the day after Valentine's in 1990. He went to work for another local pharmacy. He died a year later in 1991 at age 66. over time, several other businesses disappeared, and the neighborhood began to change.
It's so very important that this group of people continues to tell a story.
We need everybody participating in this story.
Like the memories in a Dickens tale, the neighborhood may have changed, but for those who grew up here, Turner's Corner Drug will always be part of Christmas past and remembered as the place where a neighborhood came together. This is Chris Frank for Positively Kansas.
The Christmas Eve at Turner's Corner publication sells for $20 with proceeds going to the charity. It's part of an ongoing effort to preserve the history of Wichita neighborhoods that might otherwise be forgotten. The heat of a Kansas summer has official competition in the town of Cheney. After years of planning, a $2.4 million aquatic complex has officially opened its gates, transforming a traditional swimming hole into the state-of-the-art water park. Chris Frank takes us poolside for a first look at the region's newest hotspot for cool recreation.
The splashes from the diving boards or the screams from going down the slides, these are the sounds of summer. For generations of Cheney residents, summer meant heading to the town swimming pool.
It's a great investment for a community. Small towns revolve around schools and pools, honestly. Schools in the school year and then the pool in the summer.
But after nearly 7 decades of service, Cheney's old pool had reached the end of its life.
Our old swimming pool was built in 1957, and it had been through many years of needing some repairs. And so this was a vision that we've been working on since 2020.
The old pool was simple, she says. 4 swimming lanes, a baby pool, and not much else. Today's swimmers expect more.
And so our new facility has 6 swimming lanes. We added in a 0 entry area. That's something that our old pool didn't have. We still have 2 diving boards. That was something that our community really wanted to see. And then we added in 2 large slides.
The new aquatic center represents a $2.4 million investment and is the result of years of planning and community input. Residents wanted a facility that would serve everyone, from toddlers to grandparents.
I think it's all about quality of life, and it's not just for young people, it's for families, it's for grandparents, it's for all ages, really.
And judging by the crowds, the community was ready. The facility is drawing more than 100 visitors a day. Parents say the new features give children more reasons to spend their summer here.
I think it's great. It's a lot safer, and the slides are a big bonus for the kids.
But this one there's just a lot of different activities where you can kind of spread out and you don't get bored as quickly, I guess.
Of course, the most important reviews may come from the kids themselves.
I like how bouncy the diving boards are, so they're really easy to cannonball off.
I really like it. It's very fun. The slides are really good quality.
The old pool is gone, but city leaders say its purpose remains the same, providing a place where summer memories are made.
We've had lots of people make comments on our social media about, I was 2 when the original pool was open, and I still remember my summers at the old pool. So really it's just about creating memories for kids in Cheney.
The hope is this new aquatic center will serve families for decades to come, just as the old pool did for nearly 70 years. This is Chris Frank in Cheney for Positively Kansas.
The new Aquatic Center opened Memorial Day weekend. Consider this, if the new Aquatic Center lasts as long as the old pool did, it will be open until 2093. Author Leslie Johnson is one of those people who agrees that laughter is the best medicine. She's a native of England who moved to Kansas many years ago and says humor helped her assimilate into the local culture. If you'd like to get a sense of her style of humor, you just need to pick up a copy of her book, as Jim Grayway shows us.
Just like the characters in her book, Leslie Johnson is a character in her own right.
There's a certain element of crazy about some of shall we say, mature adults.
Fearless Freddy and His Fanciful Friends is a book of what she calls light verse. Another way of describing it is a collection of off-the-wall poems about odd characters. 26 of them, one for every letter of the alphabet.
Potty Pat. I love the way the turkeys dance when they are full of cold, said Potty Pat one August night as the moon waxed bold. They sneeze and wheeze and snuffle too, and trot about most quirky. That is when I know they have an illness called cold turkey.
A native of jolly old England, Johnson married an American and moved to Kansas several decades ago. She worked as a teacher and semi-professional singer and found that almost any situation is made a little better with laughter.
Humor is a survival tool for me and a communication tool. I came to Kansas from a totally different culture. Now, how am I going to work my way into this culture? How am I going to be acceptable? Because even though we think we're open, you know, even with a white face and speaking a similar language, it was a challenge to be integrated, shall we say. And I was in schools, many different people that I met, and I just found a little humor was helpful.
From Armenian Albert to zealous Zachary Zonder, this book is all about quirky characters with flawed personalities.
It just sort of, I guess it says something about my brain, and maybe I should see a doctor. Has been Harry. As bright as the sunshine and quick as a wink, Has been Harry was not what you think. How did he acquire his curious name? When he went to restaurants, he played a strange game. He always would order a liquid hors d'oeuvre, then summon the waiter with singular nerve. What is this concoction, this porridge, this bilge? Pray tell me its secret you'll swiftly divulge. It's bean soup, the waiter would sigh with mock bow. Says Hal, so it has been, but what is it now?
You might wonder if at least some of these characters are based on real people.
Disclaimer, no. My dentist, no, not my dentist, no.
Johnson's clever and delightfully dark humor is accentuated by the illustrations of her friend and self-taught artist, Victoria Beasley.
I've never illustrated a book of poetry before. I was down for it, but I wanted to make sure that my style is what she was looking for, because like Leslie, I had this heightened view of poetry as like something like esoteric and very colorful and ethereal, and my style is more cartoony. And so I was like, are you sure? And then she sent me some of her verses and I was like, oh yeah. And it says on the cover, for children of all ages. So anyone who's still an adult that still retains that kind of like childlike cheek, but also younger children who want to feel smart, because there are a lot of big words in there that they can learn from.
There's one called Querulus Quinian Finian. That's a mouthful. Everybody after me, Querulus Quinian Finian. Again, I liked the word. What the heck does it mean? Well, I'm going to tell you to look it up, because that's an extra part, isn't it?
And what about the book's namesake?
Well, this, of course, is Fearless Freddy, and he was an acrobat. And he wanted to try more and more exaggerated and fantastic feats. Unfortunately, he overdid himself. He's got a little bit of, as you can see from his expression, he thinks he's brilliant, you know. And he is, but he's not quite as brilliant as he believes. So he tried one trick too many, fell off the high wire and died. Sorry, they don't all die.
Fearless Freddy and His Fanciful Friends is a quick read and a hoot. In Wichita for Positively Kansas, I'm Jim Grayway.
Fearless Freddy and His Fanciful Friends is available at Amazon and other online retailers. In this week's Kansas Wild Edge, a drying waterhole strands gobs of tadpoles, and local snakes start feasting. Bullfrogs and other predators also get in on the act. Mike Blair shows us this common but seldom seen predicament.
A water hole bubbles in the heat of a late spring day. No, it's not boiling. Its surface is alive with breaching tadpoles gulping air. Their water nursery is evaporating, and the drying pool crowds them ever closer. It's a race to develop before their crucial habitat is gone. But that's not their only problem. Bunched together with nowhere to hide, they're an easy mark for area hunters. And today, snakes come calling. Garter and ribbon snakes, small reptiles that prey on frogs, toads, and developing tadpoles. These snakes live in moist, grassy areas, and they never miss the chance for easy pickings when water holes dry up. They slither into the fray, periscopes up to spot the closest meal. Snakes see well both in and out of water, and they vigorously writhe and twist to catch frantic tadpoles. Their small curved teeth grab the slippery victim so that escape is nearly impossible. And then, with mouths full, they race for shore where they can better consume their dinner. Some stop at the water's edge. Others race into cover to protect themselves while eating from even bigger hunters. Not often does finding food come this easy. Snakes work their jaws from side to side, muscles forcing the tadpoles down their throats. And then they return for more to gorge on the natural buffet. It's a grisly party. Bullfrogs and leopard frogs watch the feeding spree with disinterest. They are safe from snakes this size. But they are predators too, and bullfrogs also relish large tadpoles that come close. They eat constantly. Ducks visit the water hole and join the hunt for this easy protein. And even baby turtles, like this red-eared slider, use the drying water hole to hunt for smaller prey. It's a common feast of hot summer if you find the right place and time. It's nature's way, a fascinating glimpse of life in the wild. I'm Mike Blair for Positively Kansas.
That's a wrap for this week. With federal funding cuts, PBS Kansas has to decide which shows to keep. If you want Positively Kansas to stay on the air, you can go to kpts.org and make a $100 donation. As a thank you, your name will appear at the start and end of future episodes. I volunteer to host for free because these stories are important and bring us together as Kansans. And if you'd like to see more positive and inspirational stories like these, you can also watch me on Fierce, Feisty, and 50+. You can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or Google, or you can watch it on YouTube or on our website at fiercefeisty and50plus.com. I'm Sierra Scott. See you next time.